Some new details are coming out about Anthropic's financials as they prepare to go public. Kate Rooney has more in today's Tech Check, and they are the envy of the world, I think we could say, Kate, with the success of Claude.
Kelly, that's right. I mean, it's showing up in the revenue numbers, and we do have a new glimpse into Anthropic's revenue growth ahead of its IPO. Anthropic, from what I'm hearing, topped $65 billion in annualized revenue. This was as of the end of July. That would be up about 7x year over year. This is according to two people familiar with the company's financials. Anthropic, also from what I'm hearing, shared some of this intel with existing investors in an update over the weekend. And for context, ARR back in May was around $47 billion. And then you look at all of last year, Anthropic brought in less than $10 billion in sales. We reported on Friday that OpenAI's latest run rate was around $40 billion. I'm told it may not be apples to apples since there's a little bit of a difference in data center accounting, but gives you a little bit of a sense of the growth rate there. Also hearing that Anthropic brought in $11.5 billion in quarterly revenue. This is also part of that investor update. 14x growth year over year on that number. And then company was profitable, at least on an EBITDA basis, not necessarily on net income. No comment from Anthropic on any of this. One investor did tell me there was a bit of a slowdown in revenue when its AI model Fable, if you remember when this happened, it was pulled by the U.S. government, but it did see sort of a ramp up after that. This growth rate will very much be on display during its IPO roadshow. We do expect that as soon as this fall. And as we've reported, Anthropic has been meeting with investors and bankers to that end. A lot needs to go right for Anthropic's momentum to continue, especially off of such a large base at this point. There's a lot of competition out there. There's pricing pressure from open source, also from big tech. And then some new data out from Ramp last week suggests that some of the spending on Anthropic's most expensive model, Fable, has plateaued. So they'll have to see if enterprises are still willing to pay for the priciest models, Kelly.
I mean, it's pretty significant to watch. And we were aware of this, but to see the way their run rate has surpassed that of OpenAI. What's the latest on the timetables for both of these IPOs?
So both have filed confidentially, so the paperwork is in. Anthropic, from what I'm hearing, is ahead. And they're taking the important meetings to get there possibly in October. That is sort of the rough timing, maybe early October for a listing date. We'll see the S1 flip a couple weeks ahead of that. Could be moving. And then OpenAI, on the other hand, seems to be a little less rushed to get out. Not necessarily that Anthropic is rushed, but I'm hearing it might be, Q1 2027 because they're not going to be first. There's less of a rush. It's sort of not like if you're not first, you're last. But no, because these are the two that are going out, it's like if you're not going to beat Anthropic, there actually is no rush. And then they can also sit back and say, all right, well, we can see how our competitor is trading. I think Uber Lyft is really the analogy that bankers I talk to are using to say, all right, they're going to be trading off of what Anthropic does. So in some ways, might be a benefit.
They don't want to be Lyft, I don't think. But that is
right,
really,
actually,
it's found because if OpenAI were still racing, and I understand why they're not, it probably makes sense to just wait a beat into next year, just not even link the two events, because if you're trying to compare them, it's going to be pretty obvious who's ahead here.
I think the profitability is going to be one thing that really stands out. What do gross margins look like? That'll be, I think, the thing that people really dig for in the S1. And revenue numbers are eye-popping, but where do you get to any sort of profitability? And I think that Q2 number, even if it's on a post-tax basis, or pre-tax basis, I should say, when you look at profitability, it's a little different when you look at OpenAI. But the other reason OpenAI might want to go out and get there, they need to raise more money. That's what they can do in public markets, also tap debt
Exactly.
markets.
They can't just stay private forever unless someone else is going to fund that. Kate, thank you very much. Great stuff. Kate Rooney.